Hi guys, this is Pamela from Memphis, foodtrotter.blogspot.com. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen for yet another recipe from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. Today we're going to make some lightly seasoned broiled chicken drumsticks, and this is what Harry gave to Sirius once he came out of hiding. And this was from chapter 27 from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all.
I used a glass dish that was able to be put into the oven. I put the oil on the bottom as well as the seasoning, but I also had the seasoning on top of the drumsticks as well. Now, I actually eyeballed all of the seasonings, but I will type the actual recipe on the screen. Also, I didn't have rosemary, so I substituted that for dillweed and oregano. So in here I have olive oil, salt, freshly ground black pepper, garlic powder, dillweed, and oregano. Now, my son, he ended up helping me with the seasoning on top of the drumsticks, and he was a little bit heavy-handed. You can see that he went really crazy with the dillweed, but it actually tasted really good. Once it was baked, nothing was overpowering anything else. So definitely use your own judgment when it comes to the seasoning. Now, I'm just going to make sure that all of my drumsticks have all of the herbs and seasoning and oil. So I'm taking my time to coat everything. So make sure everything is well coated.
Alright, now let's see if we can make these drumsticks disappear. Here goes nothing. Evanesco. I guess it worked. Okay, well hopefully they magically disappeared to the oven because they need to broil on each side for 10 minutes, meaning 20 minutes total. Okay, so to go with our drumsticks, which are broiling in the oven, we're going to do some fluffy mashed potatoes. And Ron, he loves mashed potatoes at the beginning of each term for their welcome banquet. Ron always has his mouth full of mashed potatoes, and this is in a few chapters, but including chapter 12 of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So we're gonna go ahead and start boiling our potatoes. Go ahead and add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt into my pot of boiling water, and I'm gonna try to see if one more spell works for me. We're gonna see if my potatoes will magically appear here. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to use my wand more often in the kitchen. Okay, we're gonna let these boil or simmer for about 15-20 minutes, basically until they're nice and tender for mashing.
Once your potatoes are nice and cooked, then drain them and put them in another pot. Then that's when you can add in all of your fun seasonings and everything. I actually eyeballed everything again, and so I didn't follow the recipe exactly. However, I will type up the recipe from the cookbook on the screen. So I added in some almond milk, some freshly ground black pepper, half a stick of butter, freshly ground black pepper, garlic powder, and dill weed. Make sure before you add salt, you taste your potatoes, especially if you salted the water first. I had a little bit of trouble, to be honest, with getting the half a stick of butter out of its wrapper, so I apologize for that. Then you're going to start mashing everything together. I started mashing the potatoes before I touched the butter, just to give the butter some time to melt into it. The last thing I added was cheese. I love cheesy potatoes.
All right, we're gonna try one final spout, which is what we used earlier. Here we have our seasoned broiled drumsticks that Harry serves Sirius, and mashed potatoes that the Great Hall serves that Ron absolutely loves. We're just going to add our finishing touches to our potatoes. We're gonna throw in some dried chives. And just some more cheese to make it extra cheesy because I believe Ron would love this. All right, so stay tuned for more recipes from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. Check my description box. It will have links to my other videos from this cookbook. And also my blog will be there in the description box as well. So be sure to check that out. And if you like these recipes, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye!